as a friend, as a person, as a promoter, as everything. I mean, you always, because I don't know. Sometimes I think that that's not him. It's like, why? What's going on? Like, why are we beefing? Why are we? It's like I don't understand. Maybe it's the nerves.
Golden Boy didn't abandon Ryan. When you win, you don't have too much to talk about, right? When you lose, you normally have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Golden Boy is always, and I've been 20-something years, never.
The relationship between Ryan Garcia and his promoter Oscar de la Hoya has always been complicated. While they have had a strong partnership for years, it seems like the bond is now breaking down. Recently, Garcia revealed that he plans to leave Golden Boy Promotions and start his own promotional company. This announcement isn't coming out of the blue. Many people have seen the growing tension between the two. In fact, this move feels a lot like what happened with Tank when he decided to take control of his own career and step away from his promoter.
I want you to fight. I want you to be a legend. Do you think I wanted him to fight Tank Davis with a rehydration clause? Hell no.
In a recent exchange between Ryan and Oscar, Ryan revealed that he felt like De La Hoya wasn't there for him during some of his toughest moments, most notably when Garcia was dealing with mental health struggles and personal drama. De La Hoya didn't offer the kind of support many thought he would. Instead, De La Hoya took to the media and publicly criticized Garcia, calling his behavior sickening. Garcia, who has been open about his struggles, found that hard to swallow. If De La Hoya really cared about him like he claimed, why wasn't he offering support behind the scenes instead of going to the press with harsh words? For Garcia, that moment felt like a betrayal, and it's clear that it stuck with him. Things that he went through. Are you guys going to get back on the same page together?
Are you guys going to get back on the same page together?
I'm always open to peace.
Yeah, I love that.
Business is business, but
Facts.
Friendship, peace, I'm always there for it. You know me, not the type of guy to hold grudges.
Well, that's why fans love you. You're always super classy, right?
Of course.
Thanks for your time.
And I'm always open to peace. Yeah, I love that. But a business is business. But friendship, peace, I'm always there for it. You know me, I don't not the type of guy to hold graduates. Well, that's why fans love you. You are always super classy, right? Of course. Thanks for your time. Now, as Garcia prepares for his upcoming fight with Raleigh Romero in May, things have taken an interesting turn. De La Hoya is suddenly Allen publicly backing Garcia and saying he's proud of him, but Garcia isn't buying it. To him, this support feels like a business move. De La Hoya knows the fight with Raleigh is going to generate a lot of attention and money, and now he's acting like the proud promoter again. Garcia can't help but feel like De La Hoya is only interested in the financial side of things. After all, this is a big pay-per-view fight, and Golden Boy stands to make a lot of money.
Land, they can do some damage. And Ryan Garcia, look, he's coming off, it's going to be about a year now. He's hungry. He's hungry to get on.
Garcia feels that if De La Hoya really cared about him as a person, he wouldn't have publicly criticized him so harshly in the past, especially not when Garcia was going through a tough time. One of the biggest examples of this was when De La Hoya went live on social media saying that Garcia shouldn't fight Ampo, a lesser-known opponent. De La Hoya was worried about Garcia's readiness and even said the fight wasn't a good idea. That moment added fuel to the fire for Garcia, who saw it as another public jab at his career. If De La Hoya really had his back, he wouldn't have made that public remark.
We're cool as heck. We text all the time. Shout out Oscar. He's cool.
I don't know where he's at because they don't let me talk to him.
What do you mean they don't let you talk to him?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
His manager?
probably.
Okay.
Most likely.
You cannot pick up the phone and talk to him.
I can because I have his number, but he never had.
So now with the fight against Raleigh Romero just around the corner, Garcia is left wondering why De La Hoya is suddenly so supportive. He sees it as a calculated move to keep Golden Boy in the picture, especially since this fight could be huge money maker. Garcia believes De La Hoya's actions have always been more about business than any real care for him as a fighter or a
supported him more. He felt like Oscar wasn't there for him. And, that sort of began a feud again publicly between him and Oscar De La Hoya. It then had Oscar, tweeting out, that Ryan is crying, and still complaining that he should be pointing the finger at his advisor who advised him to go take the rehydration.
De La Hoya. It then had Oscar, tweeting out, that Ryan is crying, and still complaining that he should be pointing the finger at his, his advisor, who advised him to go take the rehydration clause again. De La Hoya, however, stands by his actions. He says he's always been honest and that he didn't support Garcia when he was making poor decisions like publicly insulting people or defying agreements like the situation with the Ampo exhibition fight. From De La Hoya's perspective, he was just calling it as he saw it. He wasn't going to blindly support Garcia if he felt the young fighter was making a mistake. But for Garcia, the explanation doesn't add up. If De La Hoya really cared, he wouldn't have gone so far as to bash him publicly. Instead, he would have tried to guide him through those tough times instead of throwing him under the bus for the sake of his image.
I'm not sure if you saw the press conference for the upcoming exhibition fight of Ryan Garcia versus Ruquilla Ampo. It took place in LA on Tuesday, and I was not there because Ryan's team thought they could negotiate this entire deal behind my back. Huh? Everyone is aware I have the global rights to Ryan Garcia.
The origin of this conflict can be traced back to the aftermath of Garcia's first professional loss to Tank in 2023. Garcia, who had been one of the most promising young stars in boxing, suffered a major setback in that fight. But what really stung wasn't just the loss, it was the lack of support he felt from De La Hoya and the Golden Boy team after the defeat. Garcia claimed that when the dust settled, no one from Golden Boy was by his side, especially not during the post-fight press conference where he was left to face the media alone.
I haven't spoken to him or whatsoever, but I don't know exactly what's happening with him and his team. He has an advisor and he has other people talking and whispering in his ear. So I'm here. I'm his promoter, and whenever he wants to talk and with his people, I'm here. We can sit down and figure it out. But
this abandonment was a hard blow for Garcia, and in the heat of the moment, he lashed out. He even threatened to fire De La Hoya, accusing the promoter of not being there when it mattered most. In return, De La Hoya didn't just accept Garcia's complaints and move on. He took legal action. The Golden Boy promoter filed a counter-suit demanding that Garcia honor his contractual obligations and stop threatening to leave. The conflict was messy, with both sides taking to the media to air their grievances. De La Hoya, as always, didn't shy away from being vocal about his issues with his star fighter, while Garcia grew more and more frustrated with the lack of support and respect from his promoter.
The beef that's going around with Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya is just, they need a reality show. Discuss all your issues behind doors, man. But nonetheless, it's fun to watch Ryan Garcia. Hopkins, he's calling out Oscar.
Despite all of this, the situation didn't escalate to the point of an irreversible breakup, at least not yet. As of late, Garcia has said that his relationship with De La Hoya has improved. In a recent conversation with Patrick Bet-David on his podcast, Garcia was asked about the current state of affairs between him and the legendary promoter. The fighter responded by saying that things were way better between them, a surprising statement given the history of public disputes and bitterness. I said, I